Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. Wanted to do this yesterday, but today's just as good a day as any. These are the struts that was on my car, the strut assembly. I want to take it apart, try to see how bad a condition these parts were in. And like I said, my car had about 302,000 on them, and I don't know if this was original or not. So I'm going to put it in this strut vise here and remove this nut from the top and pull the spring seat, the strut mount, and then take a look at the spring seat. I may or may not take the spring seat apart. So you set the strut assembly in the bottom of the tool, tighten it in, then you hook in the top. Make sure the hooks are on the springs. Then you crank it until your spring comes down. So, cranking it down to take the weight off the spring. But I got it held in place right now. I'm going to go ahead and knock this nut loose, take a look at it, and go from there. Alright, you pull the spring down, cranking that knob until you see the strut move down. And it let some pressure off of that, and it came down a little bit there. Gosh, you can see how rotted out that lower washer looks. Anyway, I pulled this bolt off of here. You pull that off. Now this mount comes off, and there is the spring seat, which doesn't seem like it's in bad a shape as I thought. So it's possible that the strut was the main problem with this, even though this isn't smooth, fluid motion when I turn it. Let me dig a little deeper. Take the special tool to knock that loose. There is king. Now we're going to look at the bottom of the spring seat, see how bad a shape it's in. But basically, if you're going to change your strut mount and spring seat, this is how this stuff has to happen.
See all the tears around there?
All the tears in that spring seat. And sometimes I've seen this metal piece actually dislodged from the spring seat. And in a case like that, sometimes the top of the strut actually bangs the lower edge of the hood. So it could be bad. Now you untension the spring and you take out the old stuff and put on the new. Let's see if we can figure out how bad a shape this strut was in. Yeah, pull it.
Oh, well, the metal ones instead of plastic. You see all the wet in here? That's where the shock's been leaking out.
Okay.
The hydraulic fluid.
Alright. So these have had their days. Alright, to put this stuff back together, you want to put your spring compressors on. There's a rubber grommet that goes under this washer, which is totally deteriorated and gone on this. You set your spring over it, compress your spring. You set your spring seat on it, and you put the spring in that part where it stops there. Put it on there. You put that funny cross bolt on there. Then you put your strut mount on there and bolt it together. Then you can install it in the vehicle. Here's the one that was on the other side. You could see a lot of this stuff split in that spring seat. Totally worn out. So that's why these things need to be replaced. Totally worn out there. This was very close to being torn the whole way through and starting to bang the bottom of the hood. That's when they're real bad. And the washer is rusted a little bit. thing is moving. I need to get the tension off of it. I don't want it to come loose while I'm messing with it. And the rubber under that is totally gone. So here you are. I'm going to take the springs and toss them in storage. They have a different spring compression for the R springs than some of the other vehicles. And I'm going to give the scrap metal to the shop here. This is the piece that's supposed to be the rubber washer that sits under that washer that's totally deteriorated away. The other one was totally missing. So for some reason the boots are still good, but the rest of it's worn out, which is fine. That's why I replaced it. Right now I'm at Mundo's Wreckers Inc. I come here because I came to see if I could take a look at my 740 Volvo. I loaned it to somebody because they were having a little bit of hard times, and they pulled out in front of somebody today and got hit, and my understanding is the car is totaled. So I come to see if I could take a look at it, take a couple pictures or something. Well, there she is back there, and I'm going to try to zoom in. This camera feature is not allowing my zoom, so let me switch to the other camera. Alright, this other camera zoomed in a little bit. The lady said that the car would not restart when she shut it off. Let me see if I can get a little bit better picture. Alright, here's the other camera, and that's the zoom I got on it. Let me take a snapshot of it. I'm going to be doing a review of the Droid Turbo 2. I've had the phone now for about 3 weeks, and my wife has one as well. So I wanted to kind of do a little review of it, let you know what I think about it, and some of the pros and cons of it since I've had it. I came out of a Droid 2 from 3.5 years ago, so it's quite a difference. So here's basically the look of it. It has a couple of different colors of the trim. You can get different colors of this little bezel here if you order it online, which includes the outside trim. But I will say that this display is a lot nicer and brighter. So when I have the phone here, I lay it down like that to see my notifications. I swipe it down again, and I can control my brightness. It has the Wi-Fi link, the Bluetooth link, the wireless link, airplane mode, auto rotate, which means things happen when you shake it. It has a built-in flashlight app, a location, cast screen, and hotspot. So you go back to your notifications, you go back to your home page. With most Google phones like this now, this is your back button, this is your home button, and this is your app button. Shows you the apps that are open, and you can scroll through them like that, close them, or click on them to bring them up for yourself. Or you can go back down to the home page. Now the phone is rather sensitive to shaking and touching. You slide it down to unlock it, but it tells you the time just by sitting when you touch it. You got this little widget here that pops open. The temperature is here, and the high and low is there. Your battery power there, and this ring around here, which you can change the color of, also tells you the battery power. So as the battery goes down, this thing goes around counterclockwise until it gets low. You have your notifications up top, and your phone and things here that you can swap out. That's your phone app. It's a little awkward, but you can put your favorites on there. You have your contacts, your text message app that I changed to the standard text message app, and you have the camera. Now the camera is getting reviews for some hitting and missing. The good thing about the camera is you have a front camera, and if you shake it, it'll go to the back camera. So you got both cameras just like that. Then you could switch it manually here, back and forth. Now I noticed when filming with the movie camera, here's how you take a picture. You click anywhere, and it could take several pictures pretty quick. Now on the movie camera mode, you click the movie camera, and it takes about a second or two to begin recording. And until you see those numbers moving up there, you don't want to even start talking. So that's the numbers there that it's recording. Until you see those moving, don't even start talking because it's not recording. It's got a little lag in the camera. Also, one thing I've realized with dealing with the camera is if you go to your other apps with the camera open, so I go to my phone app and then I go to camera app, about 20% of the time the camera gets stuck and it won't take another picture. There it did, which was good. But sometimes it gets stuck. If it gets stuck, you have to go back there, close the camera app, and then open it back up, and it normally starts working again. Now, I did not like that. I didn't like the start lag, and I didn't like the fact that it drops out sometime. So I actually downloaded a Google camera app, and I use it because it seems to be quicker. Also, with the camera app, you have the movie camera features. You have your HD, which is 1080. You have a slow motion 720, and then you have your 4K. Well, I like to record a lot of 720 without the slow motion. For some reason, this one doesn't have a standard 720 high def or a 480 or whatever that is, the standard mode. So I didn't like that. One thing I did like about the camera is that you can actually, let me get this back here, you can actually record with the movie camera, and you can pause it, and it's paused with the time still there. Then you click it to start it again. So you can start and stop your recordings, which is incredible. I also learned that you can record even if you're on the phone, even if you have someone else that you're talking to, even in the headset. You can record and the camera picks up your primary voice in ambient. Now you do have HD audio that you could turn off and on. I found when it's on auto or on, it gives me more feedback as far as not blocking out your noise cancellation. So if you turn that off, you'll probably have better noise cancellation. As with most phones, you have your speakers and mics, you have your volume up and down, you have your power, you have your rear camera with a flash, you have your front camera with a flash, and you have your SD card slot there that you will need a special pin or something or tool to open and close that, and I'm sure that came in the box. The only other thing I did not like with the phone that bothered me at first until I learned how to fix it, or they fixed it for me at the store, is that the phone comes with the network off when you're talking on the phone. So I'm going to call the phone, I'm going to talk on it, and you'll see that it will lose its connection to the network. So let me go to turn off my Wi-Fi. I don't want that on. I'm going to cut that off. Wi-Fi connection. Turn that off. So now I'm connected to my 4Gs. And when I call the phone and get on the phone, it's going to disconnect from my 4Gs. Switched to the camera that came with the phone, and as you can see, I'm recording and I'm on the phone. However, it is off of the network, so it kicked me off the network. So let me show you how to turn that on so you could be on the phone and on the network at the same time. I'm going to show you how to activate advanced network use or advanced phone use. A lot of phones these days are coming to you whereas you can't talk on the phone and be on your network at the same time. So here it is, I'm on my 4Gs, and I want to show you how to get to where you can be on the phone and on your network at the same time, which is a necessity when you're using navigation and doing some other things, especially if you're not driving a car. So you go here you go over to your settings, and then you go advanced calling, and then you go upgrade service to HD voice and video calling, activate it. Continue. Then OK. So now you have to power the phone off, power it back on, and it should be where you can now get on the phone and on the internet at the same time. Let me hit the pause while the phone restarts. Hit the power. Didn't start coming back on. Let me hold it down 5 seconds. There it goes. Motorola Android. Powering back up. Alright, now that the phone has restarted, let me go to settings. Go to advanced calling, and there it says turn on off HD voice advanced calling, and it's on, so I should be good to go. I did hit this thing here to activate it, and I showed you that. So let's see if it can be on the network with the 4Gs and on the phone at the same time. Phone call coming in. I answered the call. I'm back on my home page, and as you can see, I have 4Gs, and I'm pretty sure I can go to my Facebook app or things like that, wherever that is. Well, there's my maps. It'll show me where I am on the maps because I'm on the phone, and I'm on that. I don't see my... Oh, there's Facebook there. And you can see that I can browse on my Chrome browser. Let me see there. That is on the browser, so let me go Google. And as you can see, that is still surfing, and I'll go back to the call, and it is still a call in progress. So I'm going to go ahead and end that call, and that's how you get your advanced calling feature activated so you can be on the phone and on the internet at the same time. There are several nice cases you could get with this. This is the one my wife chose. You can get screensavers, and this is supposed to be one of the most durable phones out there as far as preventing cracked and broken screens. So if you have any questions, go ahead and post them. On the scale of 1 to 5, I would rate it a 4. I didn't like the fact that the phone didn't come standard with the 720p recording, and the app that came with the phone for your camera is a little sluggish, and you know, other than that, it's a very good phone, and it has good noise canceling. You can adjust that in your phone settings. So if you go to your phone settings, up here you go to settings, you can do stuff with the different settings in the phone and deal with your background noises and stuff like that. So that's all I have. Thanks for watching. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.